Hello YouTube, this is Lachlan T 1984 from Melbourne, Australia, and today I want to show you this. This is the Sangean RCR4 digital clock radio with CD player. This is something I got for my birthday from my parents about 4 years ago. This was quite an expensive clock radio. These were about $400 when they were available. Sangean has discontinued this product, I believe, so you can't buy them new anymore. But for what they are, they're actually very incredible. It has an AM/FM radio and a CD player. The CD player can play CDR and CDRW media, and it can also play MP3 files. You also have on the side here a USB thumb drive socket and an SD card slot, although you can't see the SD card there because the unit is black in colour and the lighting in here is not very good. As you can see, the display has a very bright orange backlight, and then below the LCD screen you've got an analog clock face. Now the analog clock and the digital clock are completely synchronized, so when you set the digital clock, the analog clock is set along with it. This is an atomic clock, but as we don't have atomic clock transmitters here in Australia, I have turned that feature off. You've got stereo speakers on either sides of the unit, and you won't really be able to see them, but take my word for it, they're there. You might be able to see the one on the right hand side there. The unit is completely touch panel operated, so this whole panel on the top is just a flat sheet, and you touch the icons on the top there to control the unit. On the right hand side you've got a headphone socket, and you've also got the volume control. I see what's happened. On the back of the unit you've got a couple of things. You've got the AC adapter input, you've also got the FM antenna, and you've got an audio line input and a line output. So you can connect this unit to an external speaker system if you want to. If you have a powered speaker system or a better amplifier than the amplifier in this, you could use that, so you could connect this to a pair of PC speakers if you want to. And there is one of the speakers. Let's see what this sounds like. I've disconnected my iPillow from the unit, and now I'll turn the radio on. So we just touch the power button at the top here.
The United Nations has dropped an invitation for Iran to attend the Syria peace conference starting in Switzerland tomorrow after a row threatened to derail the talks. North America correspondent Lisa.
The radio is tuned to the ABC. This is what I listen to at night. You do have bass and treble control, so we touch the tone button up here.
The Syrian political opposition
and that's now on
and the US was disturbed
bass.
that a strong ally of the Syrian regime would be at the table. With pressure mounting, the UN retracted
And after a little while it
invitation.
returns
Spokesman
to...
Martin Nasurki.
The Secretary-General is deeply disappointed by Iranian public statements today that are not at all consistent with that stated commitment.
Australia is one of 30 countries and organisations sending representatives to the Geneva conference. Lisa Miller, ABC News, Washington.
That's very bassy, actually.
Barrow believes Alistair Cook is still the right man to captain the country's cricket teams. Cook will consider standing down as one-day skipper at the end of the disastrous tour of Australia. But Bopara has urged him to stay on.
Having spoken to him, he does still believe, and that's the most important thing. That is.
Now, to my ears, that's incredibly bassy. It's very boomy, as you'd expect.
This is good for him, and he will come out a much better.
For the weather and for the state, northern south and east, generally compressing to Gippsland this afternoon and redeveloping near the coast tonight. A mild and partly cloudy day in the south, warm and mainly sunny in the north. For Melbourne, the chance of a light shower or two this morning, a top today of 24. Tomorrow, possible early shower and 25. Thursday, sunny and 33. Friday, a few showers and 28. It's 17 in Melbourne. ABC News.
Then you've got the treble control. That's the minimum. And I'll
5 minutes past 10.
The built-in speakers in this thing are very, very good. They produce very good sound. They're on each side of the unit, as you could see, so the stereo separation is very good if you're sitting in front of the unit. You've got 20 presets, 10 on AM and 10 on FM. It does have the Sangean auto-tune system where it scans the band and sets each station to a preset. I don't use that. I like to manually program the presets as I want. We'll turn the radio back on.
Than 25, I think, that you've been taking talk.
We'll go over to FM. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, that's the aux input, okay. Come on.
Triple J.
That's FM.
Love music.
And that's on Triple J. Now, to me, that sounds very good.
You gave yourself advice. There have been some significant things that have been happening in the sort of broader world, though, of...
Now we can go over to things like the SD card. And you've got your controls on the top here, so we can pause it, resume, and then you've got your back and forth buttons, and then you can also jump from album to album. PJ Harvey. Love PJ Harvey. That's moving from album to album.
Send out the jet fighters. This is a message. A 1, 2, 3.
And when you're listening to music, although it's not showing up at the moment, but when you listen to music, it will show ID3 tag data. So the name of the currently playing song and the artist and the album, etc. It will show all that on the screen. The font is quite big and I can read it very easily. And you can also, of course, have repeat and shuffle playback modes too. The alarm arrangement on this thing is incredibly flexible. You've got 5 different individual alarms you can program. So, if you wake up at a different time on the weekend to the time you wake up during the week, then you can set a different alarm for the weekend. The alarm is incredibly flexible. I'll try and show you. If I touch the alarm button, you can select between 5 alarms, so we'll select alarm 1. That would turn the alarm on. That's the time, hour, a minute. You can set weekday, weekend, once only, daily, and go back to weekday because that's what I want. You can select a beeper, which is just what I like. FM radio, AM radio, CD, USB, or memory card. I just leave it set on the buzzer. And now the alarm is set, but we don't want the alarm, so we'll turn it off. And now the alarm is off. Yes, the alarm's off now. So, I really am very happy with this radio. Of course, the radio is AM and FM only. It's not a DAB radio, but that doesn't matter. This has served me well for the past 4 years. When you're listening to the radio as I do, you can get up the time display. I think you press the info button. No, you don't. You press date and time, I think. It's been a while since I've done that. Yeah, pressing the date time button gives you the clock display, if you want it. But then it reverts to what's on the currently selected mode.
Here, I mean, the Chief Justice in Victoria from time to time gives a speech, but that's as good as you're going to get. Whereas here we've got a degree of participation in the debate, and it would appear to me that he's still the Chief Justice of Nauru. He's just not allowed to go and sit there to hear cases.
No, he told us on air yesterday that...
The volume dial is a dial that you rotate on the side here, and it's click stop, so when I turn it you'll hear it go. You hear it clicking as I turn it. You can adjust for display brightness, although there's no light sensor, so you have to set it manually rather than have it automatically set itself, depending on how much light there is in the room. But that's okay. Overall, I don't know what else to say about this unit apart from the fact that I really enjoy it. And there's the CD player. You can see it's just loading CD player. And now it's just reloading the CD because I don't want to take it out. So on the whole, I definitely think this is a very good radio. Sangean are known for their good quality radios. I've also used a couple of their DAB receivers and I'm quite happy with them. I have the DPR69 Plus as well, which is a very basic radio, but it's very good. The backlighting on the display there is orange. It's showing up as bright yellow on the camera, but it's actually not that bright. It's bright enough at night to see properly, but as I say, you can adjust the brightness so it won't keep you awake all night. You can turn it right down if you want to. But that's basically my opinion on the Sangean RCR4. I love it. I'm very happy with it, and I'm very happy that I have one. Thanks for watching, and feel free to leave a comment if you have one.